People ask me, how did you run a marathon in like a tuxedo at New York City? One step at a time.
What's top of your playlist right now?
I don't listen to music.
Okay.
You make a promise that you're gonna run a marathon in all 50 states. 22-year-old kid, no training.
Most prized possession?
I don't have possessions.
Okay.
My memories. How's your day? It's good. Conversation ends there. And so I wanna be able to have meaningful, deep conversations like these. That's how you establish community. That's how you have a great life.
Welcome to Fast Ones, the show where we ask 10 questions in 10 minutes and we ran from 1 mile an hour to 10 miles an hour. Today we have the one and only Wyatt Moss, who's famous for running 50 marathons in 50 states within just this year. He's actually done 49 of them and his 50th is coming right up. Wyatt, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so tell me about this. You're running 50 marathons in 50 states. Besides getting super fit, besides blowing up the internet with your content, besides getting fabulously rich, like what's your goal behind all of this?
Definitely not fabulously rich yet. Broke as all get out. I want to show people that you can take on a massive goal, anything of any size, and break it down into like weekly pieces and tackle, things you never thought you could. So for me, the 50 States Marathon Challenge is a goal that was impossible last year, and week by week this year I've made it possible. And hopefully that's just like a source of inspiration to go out there and take on a challenge similar to that.
You were showing me before this, it's not like you were a prolific runner, you didn't run cross country in
I started,
college or something. You did your first marathon like last year, you weren't really a runner.
Yeah, started running in, February of last year at the Atlanta Marathon. No training, 5 hours and 5 minutes. And then really in October is when I started training for this challenge. So relatively low.
Tell me a little bit about your upbringing and how it influenced this quest that you're on.
Yeah.
And then let's bump this.
Yeah. I think I grew up with just my mom, my sister, and I. And from like a young age, I kind of was pushed to try things that I might not have done before just because my mom was always putting me in circumstances to kind of like strengthen me. So I think that kind of influenced me taking on challenges. And then not that my self-worth was tied to it, but it definitely was a cool mile marker whenever I would take on a challenge to complete it. And as well, like increase my self-worth that way.
Nice.
So I think the 50 States is just a bigger version of that. And I don't want to tie my worth to that, but I also want to know that like the pursuit of these things is what I love.
Nice.
So that's what I value, is just pursuing a goal of any type.
Nice. So you're very close. Your 50th marathon is Hawaii. What's the significance? Any special plans for Hawaii?
Yeah. I mean, it's wild being here because once again, last year I thought it was completely impossible. I didn't think I was going to finish it this year because there's so many obstacles. But the special plan for Hawaii, my grandma's been to 49 states. She's never been to Hawaii. And so right now she's actually flying out there with my mom and my stepdad. And we're gonna meet them down there. I might have a plan in place to bring her with me on the marathon. We'll have to see what they say. I haven't figured it out yet because there's, I've run 49 marathons. I've had those to think about. So
yeah.
Still working through the details, but we'll see.
You've been great at capturing the story around everything that you're doing, and you've blown up a bunch of times. But what was the first viral video that you had that really took over the attention?
So marathon number 3, I slept in my car. And so the first 2 videos, I just edited them as like a 6-minute long, really long piece of content. No one really cared because if you make a promise that you're gonna run a marathon in all 50 states, 22-year-old kid, no training, there's no way this kid's actually gonna finish that challenge. But the third one, when I slept in my car, I think everyone kind of saw the reality of it. They're like, oh, this is real. He's doing whatever it takes to get there. That was just a small taste of
this guy's serious. This guy's like down to grind it out. He's down to get it done. A lot of people have big, crazy goals. What would you say is your secret sauce or advice for someone out there for not just running, but like any kind of big, audacious goal they have in life?
Yeah, just break it down into pieces because it's so overwhelming. Training for a marathon is this massive endeavor that you take on. But if you treat it like a massive endeavor, then it becomes one. You get really scared leading up to it. So if you instead think of it as like a fun life achievement, you don't put any necessity on it, you just have great expectations for yourself, and break it down into small pieces, then you can tackle it 1 week at a time. So the thing I love to say is people ask me, how did you run a marathon in like a tuxedo at New York City? One step at a time. If you take it one step at a time, whatever it is, any goal, you can accomplish anything.
How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Exactly, yeah.
What would you say is the best thing about running marathons and the worst thing about running marathons?
Ooh, okay, mile 18 is the worst part about running marathons because your body runs out of energy. And so around that, or not necessarily runs out, but that's when you really start to feel it. Pushing through those 4 miles, the pain cave, is the worst part. My favorite part is meeting someone I've never met before and talking with them.
We met at the LA Marathon.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Number 10, we met while we were running. I'm just like, however I got there, I had hitchhiked to the start line. There's so much traffic, and I look over, I see a little Ketone-IQ shirt. I'm like, that's him. So I run over, I'm like, Michael, let's go. And you pull out your phone, we were taking a video, so that was a lot of fun.
That's fun. That's like my second marathon of the year, and you're already on your 10th.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That was wild.
Here, let's take a shot here. Cheers.
Green apple ketone.
All right.
Or are you taking the regular?
Yeah. You've been taking Ketone-IQ for most or all of your journey here. What would you say is the benefit or way that you would describe it to someone else? How's it feel?
It gives you a bunch of clarity, I would say. Like, you're kind of in the zone around mile 18 instead of feeling the pain. It's like a clean energy because, I don't know, with gels, you burn them really fast, then you're done. I feel like with ketones, it's more sustained, and so you can keep like a good pace. I actually did Philly when I did the hot dog shoot. It was a 3:23, 3 minutes off of my PR as 47 marathons into the year, only on ketones, 4 shots of ketones.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And most people, including myself, will mix them. You have gels and ketones, and it's the dual fuel.
I just
That's
wanted
pretty
to
cool
test
that
it.
you, yeah.
Yeah, because everyone asks me, they're like, do you actually believe in this? And I'm like, yeah. Like, here, I'm gonna run a marathon with just these and just see how it goes. And so,
That's cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You run a lot of marathons in different suits, hot dog suit, tuxedo, etc. What's been your favorite suit that you've run in?
Oh, well, the tuxedo was a lot of fun because that was my dad's tux from my mom's wedding. So that was a cool memory that I get to have with him because growing up I didn't have a dad, and so I think that was incredible. My favorite overall was probably the jorts because the day before, it was the I-35 challenge in Kansas City, Des Moines. The day before I ran in jeans. So marathon in jeans, cut them into jorts, ran the next morning, and it was like I didn't wash them, they were just disgusting by the end of the second one.
That's legendary stuff, man.
It was fun.
Along this journey, what's the craziest place that you've slept?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so Missoula, Montana. That was around halfway through the year when I started really running out of money. And so to buy the plane ticket was $800 because I had to wait until the week of to buy it because I had no money. I had just delivered a table. So by the time I got there, I had nothing left to buy an Airbnb or even rent a car. So I slept outside the start line. And what I didn't tell people in the video that I posted, that was one of the first ones that did well. I didn't actually sleep the whole night in the grass. I went inside of a porta potty because it started raining. So there's a clip of me that I have of me standing up in a porta potty at midnight, 2 a.m. And it was just terrible. And I woke up the next morning, they had no idea. I ran a 3:26, so.
That's dedication, brother.
Yeah.
What's the closest that you came to missing a marathon this year?
Okay, so Boulder, Colorado. I ran a marathon in Jackson Hole, Wyoming the day before. I had to fly over to Boulder, fell asleep and I was good, but my phone was uploading footage, so my alarm didn't go off for whatever reason. I showed up an hour late to the marathon, and I was like, I need my race bib because I hadn't gotten it yet. So that was like a really close call. Or New York City, 4 days before the New York City Marathon, didn't have a race bib, and I was able to get one because they heard, some of the sponsors of the race heard my story, and they're like, we want to celebrate his story, keep the marathon challenge alive.
It honestly sounds like the logistics are just as hard, or in some cases harder than the actual running.
Yeah, I have a Google Doc. That's the only logistics I've had the whole year.
Dude, why haven't you gotten injured? What's your secret recipe? Do you have a special stretching routine?
Yeah, everyone asks what's your recovery. When you have adequate training, you don't need as much recovery. People put their body into a terrible situation with no training. Running a marathon, of course they're gonna get injured. If you do the appropriate work beforehand, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. I know you had thoughts on Chipotle. If you could change one aspect of the Chipotle menu, what would it be?
Oh, that's a great question. I love Chipotle. I would make their guac free.
Yeah, me too.
White rice, steak, lettuce, and guac.
Yeah.
I would love that if it was. I'll pay for the steak.
Cool, let's bump it. We're on the last minute here. We're gonna go rapid fire. Okay, what's your favorite big city marathon you ran?
Ooh, New York City.
What's your favorite small town marathon?
Missoula.
Least favorite marathon?
Least favorite was the one in New Mexico.
Favorite state you visited?
Oh gosh, Montana's gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question, who's gonna be most beautiful?
Yeah, West Virginia.
Okay.
Just the surprising one, I never would have thought.
What's top of your playlist right now?
Top of my playlist?
Yeah.
I don't listen to music.
Okay. No, just raw dog all these marathons.
I've never, like the whole 50 States Marathon Challenge.
Yeah.
I either talk with someone or I run silent.
What's on your travel destination bucket list that you haven't been to yet?
Every country in the world.
You haven't been out of the US?
What's that?
Have you not been out of the US?
I have, but that's the vision.
What's your favorite emoji?
Oh, the one where it's like the side eye, like the
looking?
Yeah, the implication.
Yeah, the implication emoji. All right, we're cool. You want to blow a fuse?
Yeah, we're going up.
I guess so, yeah.
I've actually never run faster than a 6-minute mile.
Oh, mine maxes out at 12.5.
Yeah, same here.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do a few more questions.
Yeah, go.
Okay, sunrise or sunset?
Oh, sunrise.
Most prized possession?
Probably, I don't have possessions. I don't like, my memories.
Would you rather have, memories, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the ability to fly or be invisible?
Fly.
And sushi or steak? Last question.
Sushi.
All right.
All okay. Sushi.
A couple just wrap up questions here.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
It's good. Yeah, this is fun. I've never run on a treadmill like this, so.
Shout out Jack's house here in Venice for hosting. These things are tanks. These are amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so your first ever marathon was in Atlanta. You've now done 49, soon to be 50, knock on wood.
Yeah.
What is your big plan for next year, coming years? What's next?
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep it somewhat of a secret for next year.
Okay.
It involves all 50 states.
All right.
And going on dates.
All right.
I figured I'm always going on these challenges alone.
Yeah.
I need to meet the love of my life, so gotta find her somewhere, and that's a good start.
What projects are you passionate about? Tell me about Whisper.
Yeah. Whisper is a nonprofit I work with in Atlanta. And so our goal is to start communities in high school and college students, campuses. And basically what we do is we create conversations, just meaningful conversations. Our whole tagline is like, how do you move the conversation beyond good? How's your day? It's good. Conversation ends there. And so I want to be able to have meaningful, like deep conversations like these. That's how you establish community. That's how you have a great life. And so that's what we do with Whisper.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? And then anything else to shout out? Where can people check out what you think is good in the world?
I mean, on Instagram, Wyatt Moss. And then on TikTok, Moss Wyatt. Soon to be YouTube. And honestly, like I want to start a podcast because I feel like I love talking about ideas, asking questions.
Yeah.
And so I think that'll be coming up pretty soon here. That'll be where people can find.
Maybe something on treadmills, running while you're talking.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
I hear that. I hear that's a great format. Yeah. Well, cool. I want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. The best thing you could possibly do if you enjoyed this is share it with a friend, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'd love to know who else do you want to see us bring on the treadmills. Let me know in the comments below and let me know what question you think we should ask them. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening in and happy trails. Have some good miles out there.